Good morning, peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless, and I'm back with another video. And as the title says, first and foremost, hoping everybody's having a great Thursday morning. And as the title says, Minneapolis school shooting. That's the part that we're going to deal with first. A tragedy that happened the day before yesterday. Um, at a Catholic school in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I want to bring up that clip. I'm not going to waste too much time because we got a lot to discuss in this episode. So let's get to it, right? And the source is BBC News. So I want to bring that up, make it bigger, and read to you what actually happened, a tragedy. Rest in peace to everybody that was unalived, and hope everybody that was harmed has a quick and speedy recovery. So let's get to this. Children killed and injured in pews when attackers shot through Minneapolis church window. Wow, just imagine how that sounds. Let's turn this music off and get to this content because, this happens way too often in these schools, in these school shootings. So this is the summary. 2 children, age 8 and 10, have been killed and 17 other people are injured following a school shooting in Minneapolis, police say. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says they were shot while sitting in the pews at Mass at an Annunciation Catholic school. Wow. The attacker has been identified by law enforcement as Robin Westman, which is 23 years old, from suburban Minneapolis. The suspect was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, shot through the church windows, then died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, police say. The FBI is investigating the shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. The agency director says, though local police say they are still investigating a possible motive, the city's police chief says all those injured, including 14 children, are expected to survive. Thank God for that. President Donald Trump proclaims the U.S. flags at the White House and all public buildings will be flown at half mast until sunset as a mark of respect for the victims. Wow. So a 23-year-old young man by the name of Robin Westman, 23 years old, from suburban Minneapolis, shot a shotgun through a Catholic grammar school, shooting 17 people, and 2 children aged 8 and 10 have been killed. My God. I mean, just looking at the images here at this school shooting that took place. So let's read a little further. Today's shooting has killed 2 school children aged 8 and 10 on their 3rd day back to school. School just started, so 8 and 10, so they're like in anywhere from 2nd to 4th grade. So my condolences go out to those babies and their families. The shooting happened at the Annunciation Catholic School, which is connected to the school. Police have identified the gunman as Robin Westman, 23-year-old, with no prior criminal record. Westman used 3 guns, all bought legally, to carry out the shooting, according to police chief. No motive has been identified, but police are now looking into videos apparently posted by the government. The shooting comes at a particularly difficult time for Minnesota and the greater Minneapolis area. Just before the school shooting, 3 people were killed in 3 shootings about 13 hours earlier. In June, the gunman targeted the house of 2 state politicians in the Minneapolis suburbs. Democratic House Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark were unalived in the attack. Governor Tim Walz was at the funeral for the horseman, and just weeks later is at the scene of another tragedy. Wow! So back in June, they had this other uh, shooting that um, a Democratic House Speaker, Emerita Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were unalived in. So they was that community was just getting over that, and then this happens. The governor admits that similar situations are all too common in Minnesota, and he will try to work out what can be done to prevent this from happening again. Um, the people from Minnesota will not step away. He said, "We're closing our live coverage." But yeah, man, um, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it because this is tragic, man. I mean, and this happens a lot in particular communities, man. My white people, man, what's up with y'all shooting up schools, man? And it happens a lot, man. A 23-year-old young man with a shotgun shooting inside of a Catholic school at children, shooting 17 children, unaliving 2, ages 8 and 10 years old. Unbelievable, man. And we're going to get to, breaking down some commentary. But before we do, and as always, we have to go ahead and flash this. It's the copyright disclaimer because we don't want no problems when we get off into this content. So without further ado, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, so we're going to take that down, get that out the way. Man, terrible, terrible, terrible. So what we have in Minneapolis is all too familiar with these school shootings. Like I said, with these young, typically white males, it happens a lot. It happens often where they somehow have an assault rifle or a rifle and they shooting up a school and harming innocent children. It's sad, man. But let's go on over here to the news station and see what we can, what other information we can gather from this situation. And once again, like I said, my condolences to everybody that was affected by this. Rest in peace, and to the children, and our condolences to the parents and the families of the children. And man, just hoping everybody else that was affected gets well and has a speedy recovery. But let's get off into this content.
Paul and Bill, let's go to CB Cotton. She is live with more. It's in early stages of this story, CB, but what can you tell us?
Hey, Bill. Hey, Dana. Good morning. Such sad news that we're learning. So our local Fox affiliate report said the Annunciation Church in South Minneapolis, where this is all unfolding, has a school for students who are in kindergarten through 8th grade. And, the Fox affiliate says that school indeed started on Monday, which makes this really, really heartbreaking. The Fox affiliate also reports that Mass is on Wednesdays at 8:15 local time there, and students were reportedly in Mass at the time of this shooting. I can also tell you that a reunification zone has already been set up for families of children at the school. And right now, first responders are on scene, are urging families to go to that reunification zone if they have questions. Obviously, you have a lot of parents who are probably there on scene, very worried, anxious.
Wow. I mean, can you imagine this? At this particular moment, what she said, this is the third day of school. So these kids just went back to school. They ain't even been in school a whole week. And a mass shooting occurs. Imagine being a parent and getting a phone call. You just dropped your child off for the third day of school and something like this happens. Tragic.
Awaiting news on their children. And I want to go to some really disturbing details from the Star Tribune. This is a big publication in Minneapolis who says multiple people who live in the area reported hearing a lengthy burst of gunfire. Some people told the outlet that they heard so many shots fired off. They thought work was being done on nearby homes.
They heard so many shots being fired off that they thought work was being done on nearby homes. So clearly, gunshots are something that are not frequent in this area.
And this outlet is also saying police are currently escorting parents and children to the school's basement. They've seen people crying, running towards the scene. So just, a tragedy that's currently unfolding here in Minneapolis. And this shooting appears to be the latest in a string of violent incidents in this city since Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday, another shooting killed one person and injured 6 others. And now, less than 24 hours later, we have this unfolding where parents are potentially waiting to hear some of the worst news of their lives. Again, no confirmed totals on a number of people who've been killed, but we are certainly monitoring social media channels, waiting to hear more from law enforcement who are there on the ground. Back over to you.
CB Cotton, thank you. Go ahead and stand by for us. Paul, we just heard CB talking about it there. Also, our Fox affiliate, Fox 9 KMSP in Minneapolis, reporting the same. They're reporting that witnesses in the neighborhood heard a, quote, tremendous volume of gunfire, so much so that you heard CB mention that one neighbor thought it was somebody doing roof work on their house. There was so much banging. Again, Fox News has not independently confirming that coming from our Fox affiliate, Fox 9. In Minneapolis. Your thoughts on hearing that, Bill?
So once again, I go back to the fact that this is a school that only goes up to 8th grade. And when you're talking about semi-automatic or automatic gunfire, I start to go in my mind, just based on very limited information here, that this is very outside in. It's not a student. It's somebody who's targeting this school specifically. It is a Catholic school. I can't help but have my mind go back to the shooting in Nashville that targeted the Covenant School. We had that shooter in that case, Audrey Hale, seems to have targeted that school for an ideological reason.
Had gone to the school.
So do we have something like that here again? Again, that is speculation. I want to be clear on that. If, in fact, the shooter is mitigated here, isolated and contained, shot, wounded, potentially DOA. What'll happen now is you're morphing into the aftermath. You're morphing into obviously dealing with the families, notifications, setting up grief counseling for the students, things like that. But also, let's remember something else. You got a crime scene.
We have this little boy walking out here being held by his father.
So now you see that at this point, this was fresh when it just happened, because they didn't even know that the shooter actually ended up unaliving himself as the chain of events carried on throughout the morning. Man, this is really tragic, and we've seen this so often. We get the gist of that, so we could stop that right there. It's terrible, but I mean, that's really the chance we take, with sending our kids off to school or wherever, or sending them to, you just never know what could happen. Some mentally challenged individual, obviously, emotionally damaged, whatever his issues were, to be 23 years old to shoot an assault rifle at children that's in a Catholic school and it seems like a pretty, decent neighborhood. Or, nobody is expecting anything like this to happen. It's just, it's unbelievable, man, that, you would even be able to get a phone call like this if you at work. And so my heart goes out to the family and the families of the people that, had to come see about their children and know that their children been shot by this guy that just apparently lost it for no apparent reason. And rest in peace to the two babies, the 8 and the 10-year-old that were actually unalive. 17 people in total were shot, 17 children. I'm gathering. And man, sad. But we're gonna go ahead to the second part of the conversation today. And man, as you know, it's been going down and with Brandon Johnson. I just did a part 8 on my message to Brandon Johnson, and he's one to be talked about as of late. And the whole thing with the National Guard coming into Washington D.C. and Trump saying that he wanted to make Chicago the next target, and Trump saying, yeah, I'm gonna send them, and Brandon Johnson say we're gonna fight you back, and the governor trying to fight back on it, saying we don't need the National Guard. It's crazy, right? But I beg to differ. Here in Chicago, we've been had a problem with these YNs running around with these switches on these assault rifles and Glocks or whatever, and innocent people are being unalived, and other crime is through the roof, but they want to say crime is down. Okay, if crime is down, it's down from maybe 1,000 people being unalived to maybe 600-700, but it's still bad. It's still like something needs to be done. So I tip my hat off to somebody trying to do something, which is Donald Trump, to bring in the National Guard, and we see the effects in DC. So without further ado, let's see if crime is down in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some content right here to kind of substantiate that crime is well and alive in Chicago. So let's bring that up right here. See what these YNs been up to, bro.
Ass going to heaven, nigga. Hey, yo, bitch ass going to heaven, nigga. You cool. Your ass ain't did shit at all. Your ass a saint. Lame ass nigga. Old, lame, goofy ass nigga.
How y'all coming? Button on you. Come here, check it out, Dad.
Hey, man, he said, Joe, going to heaven. Like, he just know he going to hell. He just like, man, he ain't even think twice about that. Like, you a saint, you going to heaven. What? What kind of mentality is this, man? This is Chicago, by the way. They in the hundreds right here.
Oh, man. You come out, this how we hit y'all shit. This how y'all supposed to hit our shit, One of these little crib or mouse, come outside, get your ass dropped. Shoot.
Look at this big stupid gun he got, bro. Like, what kind of, like, how was these kids getting their hands on these military issue assault rifles in these areas? They not going in the gun stores buying them, because they wouldn't even sell this type of weapon. Where's these kids getting this from? Look at this. Look how big this gun is. It's probably bigger than him.
Shoot out the window, get your ass dropped. At it. Back at it. We ain't on phone them, Preston. We ain't on phone them, Preston. Hey, look, we just gonna terrorize the whole city. We making our way around. Fuck your ring camera too. Got big hog, know what we do.
Now, we just see the white boys shooting up schools. Now, we over here with the black ones, and they just walking around in the neighborhood with extendos with switches on them. I mean, this generation is something else.
We on Preston.
On State near 86th, and you'll see it here. It happens fast, just 8 seconds, but we can see it.
Look at this. Look at this. This is a main street. It look like they just hopped out the car. Look at this. But crime is down. Let's go back.
Making our way around. Fuck your ring camera too. Fuck your ring camera too. Got big hog know what we do.
Why is they so comfortable just, I'm just saying, bro. I'm going to let it rock out. But watch how they just hop out and just get the blowing. They don't got no aim. Innocent people getting shot. Like I said, crime is down. But this past weekend in Chicago, 19 people were shot. 6 of which were unalive, including a 5-year-old baby. But crime is down. The stupidest argument ever.
We on Preston.
On State near 86th, and you'll see it here. It happens fast, just 8 seconds, but we can see it from several angles. 3 gunmen in a black Dodge Durango get out of the car and then start firing. A 31-year-old man was shot.
Put that nigga on camera. Put that shit back. We watching this bit like a porn.
Go ahead, buddy.
How you coming?
10 fuck 12, man. Fuck 12.
Oh, dig on my fuck 12. This bitch so dry. One best out for with 12 coming for. Why full this behind us? Nigga, on my dick, come on, this bitch Jado.
That is Chicago now. Brandon Johnson say crime down though, but this what these kids put on their social media, bro. They film themselves doing this. But crime down. They got military issue assault rifles. So yeah, you might need the military to come deal with a situation like this.
So how y'all stay away from like all of that extra stuff while y'all in the booth? Like y'all finna go crazy on the rap.
Man, it seemed like they were sitting up there kicking it doing the interview, and Shorty just peeped the ops and just had to blow at him. Let's take that back.
This bitch so dry. One best out for with 12 coming for. Why full this behind us? Nigga, on my dick, come on, this bitch Jado.
So how y'all stay away from like
right here? Man, look how this look like a 12-year-old kid, man, outside. You know what I'm saying? With pipe posted up. What is going on in Chicago, bro? But you don't need no assistance, Mayor Brandon Johnson. You don't need no help. You don't have no control over nothing that's going on right now, bro. You got little kids that look like they 10 years old walking around with extendos. Look at this.
all of that extra stuff while y'all in the booth? Like y'all finna go
right there. He peeped the ops. They doing an interview. They go get the bus in the middle of the interview. Look at this.
Go crazy on the rap.
Watch this. Hey, let's get out right here. Doors open. Open this fucking door. Open this fucking door.
CTA is a mess. The bus, all that. These YNs work going crazy. If you had a military step in, man, ain't nobody finna be playing no games like this in front of the military. And people telling me the National Guard wouldn't do no good. Do you think people would be sitting up here committing crimes dead and smack in front of the military? I don't think so. But we don't need them here in Chicago. Look at this madness. But crime is down, though. Crime is down.
God, I killed that nigga. They ain't believe me. I said that shit like corp. That nigga was dead on the ground. We got us a picture. We took that bitch and poured up.
I'm out spending every day. I'm the one that hit that cutting. Shot your cousin in his face. Okay, cool, let's speak them facts. We gon' take it all the way back. Weezy niggas mad, they got their K together. The rest was on the side like PJ scratching. Monte being funny like he ain't just.
Look at this. They catching all this on camera, man. They real live living like GTA out here. Grand Theft Auto. They Grand Theft Auto one out here in the city. But you don't need the National Guard or nothing. Your local, your state, they ain't doing nothing. Your man, no governor, they ain't doing nothing. But they mad at Trump for coming in to Trump. You ain't even got to get you locked up. They just trying to get you to calm down. If you don't come outside on that nonsense, then you don't get locked up. What's wrong with that? But this is what's going on in Chicago while they talking about crime down.
You know I pulled up in some fair. I can't be stopped. Fuck out my eyes. Look at the tough level like we shook. Boy, go.
This is madness, bro. Like, why are these kids so just comfortable just doing this in the open? This look like they downtown somewhere. Magnificent Mile, which is one of the most prestigious areas in Chicago, has been vandalized. Where the tourists come at. It's getting out of control. And you don't think the National Guard need to be sent in. I keep saying that.
Go die, catch me cooking. Trying to take bombs, leave me alone. To call them my phone, they trying to get booked.
That looked like 63rd. Hold on, go back a little bit. Look at this is like 63rd over there. Well, by the L over there, man. What's going on over here? Like a drive-by.
I've been having look. Yeah. Duck down, but duck down. They shoot like motherfucker, duck down. Police, right?
Bro, this is not normal. I don't think people in Chicago, I don't think they know. Like, I've been all over this country, man. I had an opportunity to see the country. I got a passport. I'd have been outside the country. I don't know if a lot of people in Chicago understand and been around this type of activity their whole life. It don't have to be like this. You don't have to live like this. I think this has been so normalized for a lot of people in Chicago. They don't even understand that it's dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to live in squalor. You don't have to live in ruins. Like, these are black people killing other black people, man, at alarming rates. And they want to say crime is down. Notice, your local government is telling you it's okay. We don't need no help from the federal government because statistics are saying crime is down. But through these videos, these are just happening in real time. Don't look like no crime down to me. And if it is, it ain't gone down. It ain't down enough.
Niggas get robbed every day, B. Yeah, on my dig, I'm in the grave. Fuck Pope, you gonna get your ass clap on my dig on the grave.
I think that's 12.
They blowing that 12. They blowing that 12. Running from 12, blowing that 12. You see this? So what is supposed to be done at this point? If Trump ain't supposed to send in the National Guard, what is supposed to be done? I'm hearing people talking about, oh, put in some after school programs and all this. These people ain't worried about it. You think the people that sitting up there blowing that 12 worried about some after school programs? Nah, they too far gone from that. They ain't finna be going to no after school program. You're gonna have to get rid of the crime. You're gonna have to get rid of the criminal element first and then implement those programs. Yeah, those programs are good to deter the next upcoming generation from turning out like this, but you got to get rid of the criminal element first. These kids too far gone. They ain't finna go to those after school program. Are you serious?
Say pop right now. Fuck out of bro. Alright. Stop playing with nigga. Alright, bro. They smack his ass. Straight up right now. Alright, I got you.
Hey, what's wrong with that? Say fuck right.
Say fuck right. Say fuck right.
Say one the way we run this shit.
Look, they making this boy strip in the middle of the street. They done beat him bloody.
Take the draws off now, wrong. Take it now, wrong. We're gone, folks.
Fuck 30. Fuck Curtis, nigga. Hey, how you coming? Fuck 30. Hey, coming, bro. My dead cuz. Who the fuck is 30? Fuck a hoe, nigga.
I gotta show y'all the reality of what's going on with these YNs in Chicago, so y'all understand the desperation out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to see it in real time. So this is something that you have to keep in mind when we talk about regular police and the military. Yeah, a military presence, because this is getting out of hand, bro. In my day, you had certain people that was in the streets that had control of the streets. So situations like this didn't get out of control. But you don't have the Larry Hoovers out here no more. You don't even have, the people that was, the governors and the regions and people like that even though, yeah, they was, you have people that had control of the hood that could talk and contain these shorties. These YNs these days, they don't have no guidance. They don't have no structure. It's just a vigilante state at this point. There's no structure to it. There's no big homie to holler at. They just out here.
Slide, nigga. Hey, this what block this ass through?
Catch me a VJ, put niggas under the furlough. Wrong how to hop in the brook. These bitch ass niggas out here really had they room. We put up in the grade, they knew it was us.
And where are they getting these big ass guns from? With all these extendos, all these extra clips and 100 round clips and all that. Where are they getting this from, bro? I'm just saying. We chopping it up today. You mean the National Guard don't need to come in? Come on, man.
That's when he died, we rolled up the soul. Niggas ain't still get back, we taking the city. Niggas be down and told. See so many niggas outside the car.
You think it's okay to murder, rob, assault somebody for no reason?
Man, so shout out to the Cartel family. That's their content. I thought it was a dope, way that they put that together, man, so people could get a full understanding on what these YNs out here doing, man. This reality out here in this city, man. That's how they rolling. But they talk about crime is down. I can't tell. I think they just don't report all of it. Or they classify it differently now. But crime is alive and well in Chicago. Please believe that. But make no mistake, man. Your Mayor Brandon Johnson, now after we just seen what we just saw, he get questioned about it. He get questioned about it. Like, man, wouldn't you like to see more, police presence in Chicago, in addition to the programs that you're talking about? And he never answered the question. This is the level of, incompetency that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's see this man deflect. Like, it's just crazy to me. So many people mad at Trump, but they have zero smoke for this clown. Zero smoke for this clown. You know what I'm saying? Simple yes or no question doesn't answer it. Let's roll this clip, man.
We're doing in the city of Chicago.
So let me ask you, Mr. Mayor, those all sound like great programs. I'm curious, would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago? Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs, but I'm asking also, would 5,000 more police officers on the street in Chicago be helpful to go along with all of those social programs that a lot of cities are engaging in and having success with?
Well, look, here's the best way I can put it, Joe, is that in the 90s when I was in high school, we had 3,000 more police officers and we had 900 people being murdered every single year in Chicago. It's just not policing alone. Of course, we want more detectives.
I know it's not policing alone, but I know it's not policing alone. You've told me everything else you want. I'm curious, and this does come down to an ideological difference between people.
You see this dude steady deflecting. Look in his face. He know he a clown. He know he sounds stupid. He looking like, uh-oh, they trying to hold me accountable. Answer the question, bro. 5,000 more officers in your city patrolling. Will it make your city safer or not? In addition to all the other stuff you be talking about, yeah, that's cute. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. And mind you, the people that's asking him, this guy, Joe, that's asking him the questions, he a Democrat. That lets you know they don't respect this man because they put him on the spot. They don't respect Brandon Johnson to even come at him like that, knowing he a mayor, a sitting mayor of a major metropolitan city, but you have less than a 10% approval rating, so they have zero respect for you. Let's roll this clip and see if he answers this question directly.
Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing.
Deflection. That was not the question. Do you hear this? And y'all wonder why I be on this man's head like I do. Look at the way these people looking at this man. Look at how he looking at them. He like, yeah, I know y'all know I'm full of it. And these people, like I said, are Democrats. And they holding his feet to the fire. Dude looking like, for real, bro? Like, are you serious? Brandon Johnson like, yeah, I mean, y'all put me on the spot, man. I'm trying to come up and be as articulate as I can. But, dude, answer the question. Let's see if he answers.
Look,
okay, but that's not the question I asked. My question is, and I just need a yes or a no, do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put back into place, which do have a history of being successful, if that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago?
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach. I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing?
He's not letting them off the hook. And mind you, the lady, that's his wife, she laughing like, get him. Get him. I love the fact that they hold his feet to the fire. That's what need to be done with dudes like this, man. That's in office. Hold their feet to the fire, man. You know, you're not ducking, you're not running, you're not hiding. you're going to answer this question or you're going to get exposed. With 5,000 more officers, which Trump is trying to deploy in your city, help with crime. Okay, then why, if you answer it correctly, you're going to be like, yeah, 5,000 officers would. So why are you going against the president trying to bring that to your community? What I just showed y'all with this YN before this video, with these YNs out here, go back and look at it. Yeah, you need them. You need that. You need that 5,000. You need them numbers on these streets. Chicago way bigger than DC. Way bigger. And if Brandon Johnson was in compliance with the federal government, we had so much of an abundance of resources from the federal government because we are the epicenter in Chicago for this type of activity. So they gonna try their best to build it back up. But you got incompetent leaders like Brandon Johnson in office, in position, that are destroying the Chicago. When he could be a vessel for Chicago, but he making himself a multi-millionaire in the process, so he don't care. By the time he leave office, he gonna be made how many millions of dollars with full security for the rest of his life? He don't care. He just trying to run up a bag, playing in y'all face, man, and never even answer a straight question.
Hearing what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you that all of these other social programs are extraordinarily important. I just need a yes or a no, and then this will be the last time I ask. If you get all of those other social programs that 800 million that New York City does, Los Angeles, other people do with great success, would an additional 5,000 cops on the streets in Chicago help complement those programs to make Chicago safer?
Look, we are working hard to make sure that our police department is fully supported.
Oh my God, man, this dude can't answer the question for nothing, man. Listen, let's cut that out, man. We don't want to hear no more from, I did a whole video from Mayor Brandon Johnson the other day, man. You know, go check it out if you ain't heard it. But I'll be on his head. I'll be on his head like a helmet, man. I'm part 8. You know, I'm doing a whole docu-series. I'm done with the first docu-series. I'm working on part 2 of the docu-series. I got 8 episodes on it. I'm working on another, you know, it's a docu-series on Brandon Johnson, man. Oh man, bro. But this is what you get, man. Failed democratic leadership, man, at its finest. Now, I sat here and gave y'all an in-depth look at what's going on with these YNs and why the National Guard, because how many innocent people is getting unalived in these situations, bro? How many people, these young YNs running around, you know, with these 30 poppers and these extendos with these switches on them? They just got when I say switches, it's handguns that normally probably only carry 9 to 10 shots. Now they got 50 shots, and it ain't no safety whether it's you got handguns shooting like automatic weapons. They got switches on them. They don't even fool with nothing that don't got a switch on it. So they shooting handguns like assault rifles in the city of Chicago. They can't aim. They hitting 5-year-old kids. I mean, if you in Chicago and you got children, why wouldn't you want the National Guard here to make the streets possibly safer for your children? Why wouldn't you want the National Guard here? But be that as it may, just because it's Donald Trump and they got TDS, truck derangement syndrome, they are against their best interest, even at their own detriment of their safety. I'm telling you, man, our people, man, is something else. But I want to go ahead and play what the DC, and this is part 2 of the title, residents speak out about the National Guard in DC. And boy, oh boy, wait till you hear what the residents in DC have to say about the National Guard. The black residents, by the way. You know. Man, I hope y'all enjoying this video, man. Share the live, share the video, like, share, comment. We trying to get, man, we trying to grow the channel, and I'm giving y'all, you know, exclusive content. You know, you don't get it nowhere like this, raw and uncut, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to the content creator. I think it's Anthony Brian Logan. Anthony Brian Logan. He captured these great clips of these black DC residents. Now, the National Guard was deployed to DC 15 days ago. They haven't had a murder since the National Guard. The National Guard then got so bored, they walking around picking up trash around DC because the crime that had been cut down so sharply and largely that they ain't got nothing else to do but pick up trash. The National Guard out there taking pictures with the residents. You know what I'm saying? Let's roll this, man. Hold on. The residents in DC taking pictures with the National Guard, telling them thank you. We appreciate you for coming out here cleaning up our city. But Chicago want to argue back and forth and fight when they know they ain't got no control over the situation.
You can now come and check out the monuments, get something to eat, and check out the sites in Washington, D.C. and not get robbed, carjacked, or killed by somebody who looks like me.
Everybody tripping about Trump releasing the National Guard out there in D.C. Everybody tripping about Trump putting the military in them towns. Well, if you're not a criminal, if you're not out there in them streets doing anything you ain't got no business doing, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're not the gunslinger, if you're not the street runner, if you're not the one that's out there being notorious in those streets, if you're not the one putting tears in parents' eyes for no reason, for things, for stuff, if you're not out there terrorizing people, just wreaking havoc on the streets, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're not the problem, don't make yourself the problem. When the military hit them streets and they start grabbing people by the neck, I'm gonna be right there on my porch with a nice margarita, sitting there chilling, saying, I told you so. I motherfreaking told you so.
Are you ready to sell your house? I will buy it. You can get a cash offer in 24 hours or less, no matter.
So President Trump has federalized the police department in Washington, D.C., and people are upset. He's calling it Liberation Day for Washington, D.C., and I couldn't agree more. The crime in D.C. has ran rampant, and it's about time that people can now have faith and trust in law enforcement out there and be able to walk the streets and not get hit over the head or mugged. I mean, why would anybody be upset with that? We just had a young member of Doge beat by a gang of young males. I mean, why would anybody have a problem with that?
I'm gonna tell you why people have a problem with that. You know why you got people that got a problem with that? Because see, you got black people and you got niggas. Black people and you got niggas. You know what I'm saying? Black people understand the importance of having a safe community for themselves and for their family and for their children to reside in. Niggas is like, well, what difference does it make? I mean, crime is down. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, listen, it's certain parts of this country that don't deal with no crime. Not a pin drops. You don't have to live like this. Once I went over to see, I'm a truck driver, and I've been cross country, and I've been to many places, and I've seen different parts of the world where certain people don't have to live like this, and there's no reason for any country, any city, any state to be subjugated to this type of behavior in the United States, unless you got insufficient leadership, like what we saw with Brandon Johnson earlier. Because see, if you had the right leadership, they would have nipped this in the bud years ago. But see, we ain't had nothing but Democrats in office as far as the mayor is concerned in Chicago for the past 70 years. So it's failed Democratic leadership with their policies that, yeah, you got white liberals that sit up there and smile in your face and say things that make you feel good, but they support policies that will keep you at a disadvantage. You feel me? So it's real different when you know the play for the underlay. It's a difference. That's why people got a problem with this, because they want to keep the crime going. They want to keep it going because they benefit off of you being ignorant.
The left is calling him a dictator. They're calling him an authoritarian. A lot of names that they throw, a lot of word salads. Of course, they're calling for him to be impeached. But the people that support him is calling for more. This is what we voted for. And we're very happy that this man is making DC safe. He's making America safe. Look at the border. Have we had any other illegal border crossings?
Did we forget about the border? Now, everybody want to talk about Trump with this whole sending the National Guard in Chicago, and y'all want to fight and fuss. Did y'all forget that this man completely he closed the border, bro? Ain't been nobody across the border. He gets results with his policies. Nobody crosses the border when he closed the border. Zero. No murders in DC when he sent the National Guard in. Zero. Godliness is cleanliness. He cleaning it up. Did we forget so soon? I mean, the man only been in office 7 months, and I would say, man, he doing a lot of cleaning up to do. He doing all cleanups. Clean up on aisle 7, clean up on aisle 9, clean up on aisle. He doing a whole lot of cleanups. And people want to fight him every tooth. Just listen. And I said this on my Facebook page. I could understand people don't like Donald Trump. I could understand that. He got an arrogance about him. Whatever. Even though most black people loved Donald Trump back in the 90s before he was a politician, until the media told you to hate him and he was racist and, all of that after he done gave money to all these black celebrities and rappers wanted to be just like him until he became a Republican, until he became a conservative. You know, black people love Donald Trump. Black community embraced Donald Trump. I mean, for God's sake, he funded Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign, and Jesse Jackson was a Democrat. Donald Trump used to be a Democrat. Soon as he ran for Republican, ran for president as a Republican, that's when all the narratives started coming about him being racist. Do you start to see what's going on with these liberals? These white liberals, they finesse you. See, on this video, we done went from white boys shooting. White people, y'all got to stop shooting up schools, man. Get y'all mental health in order. Y'all know that little boy was off. I'm telling you. Earlier in this video, that 23-year-old young man that went in there shooting assault rifles and shotguns at a Catholic school. Y'all need to do what y'all need to do to prevent that in y'all community. Black people, we need to do what we need to do to prevent these YNs in our community. And it's no time to sit up here. It's at a dire state because we got another generation coming up under them. If this generation is too far gone, they too far gone. Send their ass to the Department of Corrections. Correct their behavior. Let me tell you something. I was doing stupid stuff at a certain point in time in my life. I had to get myself corrected. I don't want to go back to that place. So I don't do those type of activities no more. Simple as that. You doing crime, you harming innocent people, they need to send you to jail. But you need to be separated from society. Because innocent people do not need to be hurt or harmed or unalive due to your ignorance. So if you need to be separated from society for a while to get your mind and your act together, then that's what it's going to be. Because ain't nobody finna be sitting up here putting flowers on innocent babies' graves. Did y'all not hear me earlier? 19 people shot, 6 unalive, including a 5-year-old child just in this past weekend in Chicago. And judging by the video that I showed y'all earlier, it's not hard to believe. Let's continue with DC. See, DC getting it because they are being the prototype for what a safe city could be under Trump's policies. Let's go.
Since he took office? Nah. A big difference from what we've dealt with the last 4 years and who was responsible.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but imagine you open your door and you see crime all over the place, and you're in the power to do something about it. You expect for the president of the United States to be sitting in the White House, have crime breaking out all around him, having an intern trying to come to work for him who got attacked, and him not do nothing about it? He has the power to do something about it. These people out here are armed. They don't care. They can't aim. That's why he had to bring in the Marines or bring in whoever, the military. These people have no respect. It wasn't raised right. What are you supposed to do? Sit back and not do nothing? The person was attacked trying to get to the White House. That's how he doing. You got to clean up his house before you go clean up somebody else's. He's trying to clean up the D.C. because that's where the White House is located. The first president in history is trying to clean up D.C. God bless America till it's backwards. Good job, President Trump. Clean up your town. Have a good one.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next.
Yeah, you cannot tell me this is not benefiting us. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. I don't care who versus who, what they mean by what. Baby, it's clean and beautiful.
Trump isn't punishing homeless people in DC. He is spending money to get them off the streets and into shelters, rehab, or proper care. I honestly don't understand why liberals see that as a bad thing. Most of these individuals are struggling with substance abuse, refusing mental health treatment, or simply refusing to be part of society. Removing them from the street isn't punishment. It is cleaning up our nation's capital. People forget that many of the homeless are actually reported missing by their families. Others are drug addicts or even criminals on the run. When they are picked up, they are given choices. But living on the sidewalk in Washington, D.C. is not one of them. Trump is also cutting into corruption. When NGOs are handed money to solve homelessness, that money often disappears. Just look at California, which has the largest homeless population in the United States. They spent $24 billion on housing and homelessness and still have the biggest homeless crisis in the country.
So right now I'm down here in Union Station, as you can see behind me. Yes. And I walked through Union Station. It was different. See, I'm from DC. I live here. So I can tell you, I can be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. It was nice. I don't even want to leave. Union Station, they literally, it feels different. Like usually when I walk through, it's got this quiet darkness. It's like you're walking through some sort of demi hood at night. And now it feels more light, upbeat. It definitely feels safe. But see, I can say that because I'm from here. A lot of people that are here protesting, they're not from here. They don't even live here. So they wouldn't know on a daily basis.
It's just wild to me to know. Take a second. The pride that these DC residents are having in their community since Trump stepped in and cleaned up the streets. The pride that they have in their community. Black women talking about their community, and they speaking about it with a lot of pride now. Cause it ain't no, people on the street like the other lady that had spoke about the homeless. They having the option to either go to the shelter or go, get the help that they need. Or if you don't want to do that, then you might, but you got to get off the street. One way or the other. You can either go get this help or you can get arrested. You got an option. But you're not going to be capped out on the side of the street, defecating and peeing on the nation's capital. No, we're not doing that. We clean the house now. What's wrong with that? We offering you the help. If you don't take it, then you gonna have to go to jail, bro. Like, what? I'm not understanding this, man. Like, who is mad at this? It's insanity.
Day-to-day basis like I would and some of the other DC natives. But yeah, I even saw U.S. Marshals up in Silver Spring. They rolled up on somebody when I said he was stealthy.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
They were in regular cars. I'm not going to say too much, but they were in regular cars. I saw this guy throwing up these middle fingers. I was like, what's he doing? Is he tweaking? And I look, I kind of face where he's turned, and I see like 8 marshals, right? And they literally, thumbs up, Trump. Get him.
A lot of people running into a frantic because they don't know what to do because Trump is sending them troops down here to clean up the world. I'm trying to figure out why everybody's so scared. It's time for the world to get cleaned up, man. It's time to clean the world up. It's too messy. All that drama, all this death, it's too messy. Everybody acting like they love what's going on, but hate what's going on, but y'all actually love it because when somebody's trying to do something about it, Y'all mad. Y'all trying to protest it and things like that. Come on, man. We need somebody to save our planet. Our people really ain't gonna do it ourselves. When we try to save our people, it's like we're going against our people. Or they might try to shoot us down. So by Trump standing up as a white man doing this, they can't touch him. Why not let him clean that shit up for us and help our people out? I'm tired of my people dying. I'm tired of seeing young black people dying. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You should be tired of it. Too many kids, you know what I'm saying, innocent bystanders, old people, everything. I'm tired of it. So Trump, big ups to what you doing. I come from the gangbanger life, but I changed my life around. You know what I'm saying? I got purpose. I got meaning. You see what I'm saying? Y'all need to tighten up, man.
Man, listen. This brother said, I come from the gangbanging. The whole nine. And he even telling you niggas, y'all need to tighten up, man. We need somebody to come clean house. You see, man, it's an epidemic, not only in DC, not only in Chicago, it is nationwide with foundational black Americans, with this young generation. This needs to be cleaned up. We have to do it. If we don't get it under control now, it's really going to blow out of proportion. It's really going to blow out of proportion. A lot of these niggas, they old man, military, jail. Like, listen, you probably need to sit down for a minute, bro. If you wilding out like that, jail might do some of these niggas some good. I'm just saying.
For real, ain't nothing wrong with what Trump doing. For real, because for one, a lot of y'all getting out of hand. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all ain't following the law or none of that. Y'all ain't following the laws of the gangs or none of that. What y'all expect? Y'all out of hand. Everything got to have a balance to it. That's out of order. Clean it up. And if you got something to say about that, that means that you one of the ones. You're a problem. You're a real problem to. For real. I'm glad Trump's speaking up and trying to help our people out. He ain't trying to destroy us. The only people gonna get destroyed is the ones that's trying to go against that that want to keep the evil going. The ones that y'all steady crying about and crying that something need to change. Somebody need to help. Somebody need to help, please. The world is crazy. We need to save our people. Well, the time is now. That's what Trump doing. Big ups to.
The help is here. Everything y'all talk about, that we need to change, we need to do that. Trump stepped up to the plate. Now, you might not like the messenger, but the message is still the same. Don't judge the messenger, accept the message. Y'all mad because it's Trump, bro. That's all y'all mad about. If Joe Biden would have did it when he was in office, y'all have been all for it. Like, yeah, they need the National Guard, man. They need, you YNs tripping. Yeah, they need to do it. But since it's Trump, you got a problem with it because the narrative and the propaganda got your man looking at this man a certain way when you been finessed. Y'all don't even know y'all up under mind manipulation when they come to this man. The government so and the media so cold, they done finesse y'all to look at this man a certain way that he ain't even like that. Clearly he not, because he care. He obviously care about your community because he trying to help clean it up. When your failing local and state government ain't doing nothing, and this man see through the finesse. He see through it. I'm happy for these people at DC, man. They see through it.
To you, know what I'm saying? Keep going. If you got something to say, man, kiss a mother ball.
I thought y'all said DC was going to be looking like Germany in the 1930s. If you go around DC and talk to the residents after Trump's decision to federalize the city, it sounds like the residents pretty happy to me. It's crazy. Every time Trump do something, y'all had this emotional ass outrage. Then the shit y'all say it's going to happen never happens. Just like y'all said, we was going to be slaves again when he got elected. But anyway, after it doesn't happen, it's straight silence. Then y'all about something else. Make it make sense.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works.
But Donald Trump proved that it's possible to end black on black crime. He proved that, right? In DC, his troops, no murders for the entire weekend. That is insane. And to think that the left would protest against that, to think that the left would say, oh my God.
Yeah, the Democrats look stupid right now, bro. In real time, history ain't gonna treat them well because they fumbled, man. If I was a Democrat at this point, you know what I would do? I would rock with Trump, like as far as stuff that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, we do need to clean up our communities up. Yeah, send the National Guard. Stuff I didn't agree with, I wouldn't roll with them on. But stuff that should be common sense, you can't go around the fact that Chicago needs some help. We've been knew that for years. So you trying to deny that and trying to cover that up like Chicago don't have no criminal element problem. You just look stupid, man. Like Brandon Johnson sitting up there looking like a deer caught in headlights. Nah, you know Chicago got a crime problem, bro. It been since the 70s, bro. So for him to sit up there and be disingenuous like that, he gonna lose votes. Who is the leader of the Democratic Party right now? Who gonna run for president in 2028 from the Democratic Party? Who got it? Who got it? Man, knock it off, man.
It is a bad thing that black people are now stop killing each other. And the reason why that is a bad thing for them is because that is a core of liberalism, right? That is part of what makes them.
FBI, DEA, ICE, it's all that outside in Washington, D.C. I don't even gotta look on my shoulder no more. I'm walking around with this. I ain't hiding none of this. I'm walking blocks with this motherfucker. Listen, jump out on me if you want. I'm gonna scream. They're gonna be here in 33 seconds. As soon as you tell about, get that shit up.
Hey, man, that man got on all his jewelry. Like, man, I could rock my jewelry right about now. Ain't nobody finna run up on me. Nothing. Man, man, this is crazy, man. He say, man, jump out on me if you want to. Come on, man, let's take that back, man. That's worth a take back. That's worth a take back. That's worth a take back.
Why I always say every hood should have one prison in it.
They said FBI, DEA, ICE, it's all that outside in Washington, D.C. I don't even gotta look on my shoulder no more. I'm walking around with this. I ain't hiding none of this. I'm walking blocks with this motherfucker. Listen, jump out on me if you want. I'm gonna scream. They're gonna be here in 33 seconds. As soon as you tell about, get that shit up.
Man, the city's crazy. Yes, we got the National Guard. But y'all really that upset? I'm not. Can I tell you why? I've been to multiple funerals in the last year. Multiple. I have a personal friend of mine who lost her daughter to gun violence. She was 3 years old. You think I'm mad? I'm more mad that she got killed than I am at Trump. See, y'all pick and choose what I want to be mad at. But when them little ass boys was outside shooting up neighborhoods and all of these little kids was getting killed, I ain't see all this anger. I ain't see all this outrage, this roar. Why? Because it ain't hit your doorstep? Y'all mad about the wrong shit. Y'all mad about the wrong. Y'all.
Hey, man, I don't even want to cut that brother off, but I got to because, man, my battery finna die, bro. And we've been on this video for a long time. As you can see, we running out of time talking about the residents of DC that have a positive outlook on the National Guard coming through and securing their land. So why would Chicago try it? I'm just saying, man. My battery for the dad, I ain't got the right charger. My bad, man. I was shooting for another 15 minutes to show y'all more. But I'm glad that I got my point across in this video. And we went all across the board on this one, man. We went from the white people. Y'all need to get y'all people together that's shooting up these schools with these children. Black people, we need to get our stuff together with these YNs running around with these switches just blowing at everybody. I mean, we all got our problems and our issues in our community. But we all got one thing in common. We all Americans. You know what I'm saying? We all Americans, man. But at the end of the day, man, rest in peace to the children that were unalive in that shooting in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? And a speedy recovery to the other 17 people, other 17 children. I don't know if it was any teachers or anything, but I'm thinking it was children that were harmed in that. Hope speedy recovery for them. And everybody that been affected, man, to a loss, you know, I want to just say my condolences, deepest condolences to the family. Hey, it's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all, man. Drop it off in the comment section, man. I gave y'all some, you know, some great commentary tonight. I believe we chopped it up about a lot of things, man. Mayor Brandon Johnson, you a piece of work. Hey, the city of Chicago. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all need to hold that dude accountable, man, and stop playing games, man. But yeah, man, I'm my battery from the die, so I'm gonna get up out of here. But hey, man, it's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all, and we gonna be going live soon, man. I've been chopping it up with my sis Mika. We was supposed to go live tonight, unbeknownst to y'all. We gonna work it out. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voices. We love y'all. And until next time, just see you soon. Peace and blessings.